Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your July love and romance reading. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and also Venus. I know a lot of people like to check out their Venus when it comes to love, so I'm setting the intention for Venus as well. I want to see what we have coming up for you, my dears. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And real quick, guys, if you're new to the channel and if you're sick and tired of love readings, don't you worry your pretty little heads, your handsome little heads. I don't only do love and romance. Every week I do weekly forecasts around career, finances, spirituality, family, all that good stuff. So check out the weeklies, all right? But this is the monthly love reading. Oh, Sagittarius, we have Eight of Cups coming up for you here in the beginning and at the foundation of your love life energy for July. So, because you guys are in different paths of your journey, this is going to apply in a couple of different ways. So, we're going to talk about this. For some of you, Eight of Cups is happening because you're not... your heart's not in a relationship anymore, or you've been really kind of busy on other areas of your life. Whatever's happening in love life, it's not fulfilling and you're having to move on. Like you're ready to find something more meaningful, something deeper, a deeper connection. Now, if this is going to apply to those of you that you're in search of connection, like the relationships might be a little superficial, or you may have been more focused on other areas of your life and now you're wanting that connection and you're ready to go out and start seeking it out. So like maybe some of you have been single for a while and you didn't really care about love, or it wasn't like high on your priority, and now in July you might be like, maybe I'm ready to look into this, like to find something real. Now, some of you may be in an existing relationship and you might not be feeling satisfied with the relationship. And obviously some of you, it is a matter of maybe it's a relationship that in the beginning was established on more superficial things and now you're looking for like deeper kind of connection that could be happening. But Eight of Cups is one of those cards I find in tarot readings, at least in my readings, it comes as like this heads up, like Spirit is trying to prepare you and give you a heads up to make your life easier. A lot of the times when I see Eight of Cups come up in a reading, it comes up for people who are very driven, who are like really ambitious. They put their mind to something and they go after it. They go after it hardcore. Like they don't rest until they've accomplished that thing. So maybe you've been really busy with life goals and now you're setting your eyes on love. Or maybe you're in a relationship with someone and you really wanted a relationship and you got what you wanted and you're not feeling it anymore. And you're like, gosh, like on paper, everything's great. This person's amazing, but I don't, like just something's missing and maybe this person isn't my soulmate. Those of you that you're in that situation, and also one more possibility here. Some of you have been waiting for somebody for a long time, or there's been a specific person you've been holding out for, and that person's coming in, and Spirit's trying to give you a heads up and prepare you. Because chances are you're going to be with this person, and then after a little bit of time, you're going to feel like, man, I'm glad this happened, but I don't feel fulfilled. Something is missing. I can't put my finger on what, but something is missing. And then you're going to start second guessing yourself. Well, maybe I had my heart set on the wrong person. Maybe this person isn't my soulmate. So Spirit has a message for you here, Sagittarius. You're going to manifest a partner, right? Or you have a partner, right? And Spirit is trying to say, until you make that spiritual connection, it doesn't matter who you're with, something's always going to feel missing. Okay? Other ones of you, you're already single and you're stepping out to make your spiritual connection, and you're going to meet your person on that path. You're going to meet your person on your path to your spiritual connection. So how do you make your spiritual connection, right? It's not going to be always through like going to church, or it's not always going to be through like meditation and prayer and you know, tarot cards and crystals. I'm all about all that stuff. You know, I love tarot cards. I love oracle cards. I love crystals, prayer, meditation, raised in the church. I love church as well. You know, so I don't have anything against any of that stuff, but not everyone resonates in that way. So you're going to have to think about which element brings you the most sense of soothing, or which element brings you the most sense of zen. Is it water? Is it fire? Is it earth? Is it air? And just try to set aside time a few times a week to connect with that element. This is going to help you make your spiritual connection. Okay, this is going to be helpful for you to kind of hit the reset button and hear your heart and hear what your heart is asking you for. It's going to be in this connection that you're going to finally be able to feel satisfied, that you're going to finally be able to feel the love that people are trying to give you. I think some of you Sagittarius, that's your problem. Like, there's people in your life that they say they love you, and they're trying to show you. They're trying to show you that they love you, and you may notice and you may see that they're doing nice things for you, but you're just like, I can't feel it. Like, I don't feel the love. So there's going to be the spiritual quest that is helping you make the connection to where you're going to be better able to feel and connect with that love energy. Your next card here, Sagittarius, is the Strength card. All right, Major Arcana card. So when the Major Arcana cards come up, my dears, I should say, this is letting you know, or it's at least the way that I read, it's letting me know that you're about to come into a new chapter in your life. And obviously in this reading, we're reading about love and romance. So your love life is about to enter a new chapter. Okay, so there's a significant soulmate in the process. Either you're already with this person now, or you're about to meet this person. And by looking at the Strength card, it's a card to me that has to do with loyalty, that has to do with commitment, and it has to do with embracing vulnerability. Embracing vulnerability. And Sagittarius, a lot of you have been doing a lot of work on yourselves to heal, to, like, you know, align and clear the chakras. And now you're coming into the realm of vulnerability, right? And that might feel a little bit scary, but you're going to learn to begin to feel closer by letting those walls down, and allowing others to step up and be there for you, to be of service for you, right? You've kind of gone out there and you've conquered the wild. And some of you Sagittariuses are annoyed. You're annoyed because you had like this dream for a long time where, like, during the struggle, that, like, you know, somebody's gonna come in and this person's gonna kind of like rescue you, and you know, all this other stuff isn't gonna matter, you know, like, you're gonna find your person and things are gonna be okay. But it feels to me like the best way that I can describe it, I don't know if any of you guys have seen Shrek. I think it's like part 2, when Shrek like has a dream, and or he I don't know if he has a dream, or if it's like a Scrooge kind of thing, where he like goes and sees this alternate universe or something. But Shrek has this thing where he sees what happens to Fiona if he had never rescued her. And she ends up rescuing herself, and she ends up being like queen, like warrior queen, like the Xena of all ogres. And they're all like, you know, they all love her and they're praising her, and there's like all these, like, you know, other, like, you know, big bad cool ogres that are like, you know, tripping over themselves, like, to be at her side, and he's just like insignificant in her life, right? So he kind of sees what happens if he had never rescued her. And some of you are feeling, you're in that energy, like you struggled, you came through the whole thing, and now you're the badass. You're the ruler of the ogres. You're like the Xena, or the king or queen, right? And you're like, well, where were you, right? Like, where were you when I was coming out of it? And Spirit wants you to know that it had to happen this way, because you had to get out of the old energy. right? You had to get out of the old energy so you guys could meet, right? We could argue, right? We could argue and say with the whole Shrek example that maybe we could argue that Fiona would have been better off if Shrek hadn't rescued her, because now she had clout and she had success and she was this ruler and she was like helping all the other ogres and she had all these other people to choose from. So somebody might argue and say, no, well, that's a better life. And then somebody else might say, no, it's better that he rescued her. Now they can be together, right? But you have options available to you. And you have to know this, and you have to know things happened the way that they were supposed to happen, the way that they were meant to happen. And this is a significant soulmate. This is someone that's getting you out into this uncharted territory. I feel, Sagittarius, I'm going to be very honest with you, and I know the Shrek thing might have kind of seemed out there, but I feel like the reason why it came to me in that way was Spirit is trying to help me understand what they're trying to tell me to tell you. They're trying to help me understand that you have a bigger purpose and that your love life is happening the way that it's happening because you have a bigger purpose. And now that you're ready to assume that bigger purpose, you have the person coming in at the right time now on this leg of the journey, like to be with you and to have your back and to be of service to you in this process. Okay, I feel that. I feel that for many of you to be the case. I also feel that this person, there's a lot of decision making for some reason. Like if you've been having a hard time with being indecisive, this person's gonna not call you out on it, but they're gonna notice it, and they're just gonna be patient and they're gonna wait for you to decide what you want to decide. And I'm talking about like life decisions, things like this. Like this is their way of creating space for you, where you can have a safe space to really figure out this new you and to really figure out what to do with your power. Your next card here is the Eight of Swords. See, you're feeling kind of stuck. You're feeling kind of trapped, right? So I do feel there's this soulmate coming in, but they're not gonna tell you what to do. It's like they kind of see this thing going on in your life and they're creating space for you. And I have to say you're lucky for those of you that that's the case, because a lot of the times with the Eight of Swords, it has a whole other vibe to it, where it's like you're kind of, excuse me for saying this, but I don't know how to say it. Eight of Swords for me is kind of like a sitting duck card, right? Like you're blindfolded, there's these swords around you, you don't see what's going on around you. Anybody can come in and take advantage of the situation. And so the Eight of Swords wants us to know the situation's not as bad as we think. It's not as scary as we think. And if we just take a moment to push that blindfold off our eyes, right, we're going to see that we're not really that trapped, that we can get in between there, or we could move a sword aside. Heck, you could take a few swords with you for the journey as like tools or protection, you know? So the situation's not as bad as we think, but we're kind of putting ourselves in a position where we might attract an opportunistic kind of person. And I feel for a lot of you, Sagittarius, instead of an opportunistic person coming in, you have someone who sees you in this Eight of Swords energy, and they're not taking you out of it, but they're giving you encouragement. And they're kind of like standing beside you as you're figuring all this stuff out, as you're figuring out what you want to do and how you want to do it. So this is what I call like a space holder soulmate, right? Like if any of you have ever gone to like a fire circle, or if any of you have gone to like a shamanic, like a shaman leading a group of people doing releasing, there's always going to be one person standing behind whoever's releasing, and they just kind of put their arms out and they're holding space, right? It's kind of like, look, I've got your back. I'm here. I'm creating this space for you where you're safe. You're safe to express yourself. You're safe to release. You're safe to feel whatever you need to feel. I'm here behind you. I'm holding this space for you. And that's the person who's coming in. They're not going to do the rescuing because they know that that's a disservice to you, and they want to help you realize and see how powerful you are. And so they're not going to give their opinions, or they're not going to give their advice. They're going to just kind of be a sounding board for you, or create the space for you so that you can get it figured out, right? So that you can get it figured out. And I also feel, to be honest with you, I kind of feel this person is seeing your potential, Sagittarius, and they have a feeling, in a sense, that you have like this great purpose. And I think a part of them doesn't want to mess it up. Like, they don't want to tell you something and like mess up the path. And at the same time, a part of them kind of feels like, well, let me wait for Sagittarius to realize how amazing they are. And after they realize how amazing they are, if they still want to be with me, you know, then I can be a little bit more, let my guard down. Because I think a part of them feels like you're just going to open your eyes and understand and see how badass you are, and be like, well, never mind, I'm going to go be with, somebody else, right? Another reason why I think I saw that whole Princess Fiona thing in my head. Your next card here is, ooh, Judgment. See? Decisions, 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 Sagittarius. You guys are in a very, very, very transitional period in your life right now. And you're going to have some decisions to make. You're going to have some big decisions to make. Now, any of you who have had a private reading with me, you've heard me talk about the Judgment card if it's come up for you in your love readings. This typically has a very specific meaning for me, which I'll explain right now. But I don't feel that vibe in this time for you guys. Most of the time when I see the Judgment card come up in a love reading, it tells me that you're dealing with somebody who's lower vibrational than you are, and somebody who might be taking you off your path. I don't get a lower vibrational person for you guys. I don't get that vibe. I feel it's more you're about to step into like life work, or service, or volunteer work, or make some kind of a religious conversion or something, or just something you're feeling called to do. You're about to embrace this big, massive, meaningful change in your life. And as a result, you're going to have to make some choices and some decisions. I feel some of you are going to have a very significant soulmate coming in who's at your side through this process and through this transition. Some of you may have already been with this person for a very long time, and they're going to stand beside you in this transition. But there's going to be a lot more people coming in the future that you're working with, that you're dealing with, that you're getting to know. And you're going to be getting attention from a lot of other prospects, a lot of other people. And you're going to have your pick of many, many people. And so you're going to have to make that decision wisely, right? You're going to have to make that decision wisely. If this was me, if I was pulling these cards and these cards came up for me in my love reading, then I would know and I would understand that this is a significant person in my life, that we were meant to meet, and that this person is really kind of helping me in that process. But there may be some temptations in the future down the line. So I would be very cautious and not be very quick to jump into a romance with that person, right? Maybe some of you want to have the romance. I would say don't rush into commitment, or don't rush into marriage, because you're going to have temptation down the road. If it was me, I would try to keep it as friends, because I don't even want to get involved in romance and then, be like, well, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm going to go be with this other person. That's just me. But that doesn't mean you can't be in the romance. But I'm just going to let you know you're going to have to make some decisions in the future. Those of you in a existing relationship that you've been with this person for a very long time, if you're going to stay together, you guys are going to really have to talk, and you're going to have to be very honest with your partner about the way that you're changing and the way that you're feeling called to live your life differently and to do things a little bit differently, right? You're going to have to let them know in what ways you need support from them, what ways you need understanding from them, or in what ways you need space or time, right? You're going to have to restructure a relationship. And it's going to be a choice and a decision that each of you are going to make, you know, for yourselves, what's best for you and your circumstances. But there's a lot of spiritual energy around your life right now. And so your love life is being affected by this. And I feel like, you know, like I said, I would just say take it slow. Take it slow, because your life is going to change in a really big way. And you're going to meet people that you never even dreamed about meeting. And there's going to be temptation. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. So do with that what you will, if it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, or if you want to see if there's more that's going to resonate with you, you can definitely check out your moon sign, rising sign, and Venus videos. And don't forget, guys, to check out your channeled angel messages for July. Those are linked in the description. And you may want to check out your weekly forecasts too, because I feel there's a lot of big energy for Sagittarius right now. And you can also check out the daily messages on Facebook and Instagram, Amethystangellight. I post a card of the day, a pick a card. A lot of people have been finding the daily messages helpful as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank the viewer, Rapid Luxury, for sending me this beautiful gift of nails. These gorgeous nails. They're so much fun. I love them. If you want to check out her website, I have her linked in the description. And if you want to support her on social media, I have her social media listed as well. I just want to say thank you to her for her beautiful gift. And if you want to check her out and support small business, please feel free to do so. I know some of you don't like the nails. I think somebody said in the comments that I always have satanic nails. Sorry you don't like them, but I do. But I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful month ahead. Hopefully I'll see you all in the weeklies. Take care, my dears.